Hey guys, so about a week ago I have officially left school. I know, it's so weird how quickly time went by and it's so weird to think I'm going to college next. Crazy, so crazy. But yeah, this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a long while and I really hope it will help people. So today I'm going to talk about anxiety at school. So during my time of being at school and worrying about certain things in general, I thought of lots of coping mechanisms and ways that really helped me, and I'm just can't wait to share them with you guys. I've got 9 coping mechanisms for coping with anxiety at school. I hope you like them. So number 1 is to tell a head teacher or a teacher that you trust and explain exactly what you're suffering with and how they can help you. So for me, it was my mum went in to speak to one of my teachers, who was our learning development officer for my year, was our learning development officer. And basically, I don't know if your school have a learning development officer. I expect it's likely that you do, but we had a year head and a learning development officer. And the learning development officer, she helped us with our learning and if we had any problems as well. So she helped us with our learning, and she was sort of like a mini counsellor as well. She's really nice, she was lovely. That is who my mum went to speak to tell them about how anxious I was getting. And then she really supported me, and whenever I felt anxious again I went to her. So what I want to say to you is, please find and tell a teacher that you can trust and that is patient and kind and understanding, and you can have them to go to when you're in trouble. It doesn't have to be a head teacher, but a teacher in authority is good as well, like your year head for example, or your learning development officer. So yeah, just make sure teachers are informed so they understand. Tip number 2 is to tell a few good friends. Now, you don't have to tell everybody, but you can if you want to. What I want to say really clearly is being anxious is nothing to be embarrassed about. Absolutely nothing. You will be surprised how common it is. At times somebody said to me in school, "Why are you outside the office?" And I was just like, "Oh, I just need to speak to the year head because I'm a bit anxious." She was just like, "Oh goodness, me too, I'm always getting anxious." And you tell people about things expecting them to not understand, and they're like, "Me too." Anxiety is very common and you're never going to be alone. People generally understand, and for people that don't, you can always explain. I'm sure everyone's felt anxiety at one point in their life, so you should be able to sympathise. Also find kind, patient peers that you feel like you can relate to. So I had a couple of people in my year who also got anxious. I had a really good friend named Rosa, and whenever I was worrying about anything, I always used to speak to her about it because she just got it, because she worried as well. And so it's really great to find someone that you can relate to, because I bet you anything there will be somebody else that has the same worries and problems as you. But yeah, try and find a kind, helpful friend who can help you when you're anxious. I had a friend, her name was Luana. Hi Luana, if she's watching this. And she was so great. Whenever I was anxious at lunchtime, I didn't like sitting in front of lots of people in a crowd, so we used to just get up and walk around the school. And that was so nice for me. It was like a weight off my shoulders. I could talk to her about things, and whenever I just needed to get up and walk, she was like, "Sure, off we go." And that's just a really great friend for me, and it really helped me when I was anxious. So yeah, I'd say tell a few of your good friends. It can be hard to pluck up the courage to tell them, I know, but just say you're a bit anxious at the moment, or you're just worrying a bit about stuff at the moment. They'll get it. I mean, everybody has worries. They'll probably be able to relate to you, and maybe they'll be happy that you spoke up about it, and then they'll feel that they can speak up about it as well. Tip number 3 is to get a timeout pass or a permission to leave class note. What they did at my school was they had timeout passes, and there was just a little note that said, "Annabelle has permission to leave class if she needs to, or report to the year office." If I was anxious or feeling like I was going to have a panic attack, I showed the teacher my cards, and then she just simply let me out. And yeah, I have never actually had to use the cards because I got better at being less panicky in class. I'm so proud of myself for that. A timeout pass is really great, and I really recommend one so you can leave an anxious situation if you feel like you're going to have a panic attack at school. Even if your school doesn't have a timeout pass, maybe suggest it to one of the teachers. I mean, teachers, they want to support you and they care about you, and they want you to have a good wellbeing in school, so I'm sure if you suggested it to one of your teachers, they won't turn it down. I think a timeout pass is a really great idea. Okay, tip number 4 is to carry some rescue remedy with you. Now, rescue remedy is a natural remedy for anxiety. You might want to do some googling to see if this medicine would be useful for you and where you get it from. But yeah, so they're called Batch Rescue Remedy. I have like 10 in my bag, and my friends use them too, and my mum has some. And yeah, they're just really useful. So that's Batch Rescue Remedy. If you Google it, it'll come up. So I recommend Rescue Remedy as something to carry around with you. Number 5, this is just for worrying in general, is to keep a worry diary. They are good in general to look back at your worries, and they're really great for reassurance. So I used to use my worry diary all the time. I really need to start using it again. But what you do is you write in what you're worrying about. I wrote in the level of worry, so how bad it was. And then later, when you've stopped worrying about it, that always happens when you're worrying. You don't worry about it forever. So later, when you've stopped worrying about it, you write down what happened. And so it's really good for reassurance. So you can just look back in your worry diary and see, oh, okay, so I was worrying about that. Oh my goodness, nothing happened. And you kind of think to yourself, yeah, and that was a bit ridiculous. And it just helps you to think next time, no, look, I've worried about these silly things before. It was alright last time. It says so in my worry diary. It will be alright again. And that's just why I really like worry diaries. And I think they're really useful to keep. And also, if you ever have counselling for your anxiety or need to speak to a doctor about it, then you can show them that. But yeah, so worry diaries are really great. Tip number 6 is to try and distract yourself from constant worrying. So luckily when you're at school, there's kind of so much going on, you can't really sit with your thoughts and just worry, because you have work to do and you've got stuff to do at school. If you're worrying about something not to do with school, school is kind of like a nice distraction. It's good to get out and do other things and distract yourself sometimes. Obviously, too much work and stress can build up anxiety as well. So if you do feel like your schoolwork is getting too much for you, I recommend talking to a parent or a teacher, because that can cause anxiety as well, and you really don't want to be overloaded with work. I'm sure they can sort of tone it down a little bit and sort of give you less work if it's hard for you to cope. And I'm not saying that deadlines aren't important at all, but the amount of times I got extra time to finish work at school was really great, and I didn't realise sometimes that deadlines can be extended a little bit. You need to check your teacher first if they can be, but don't panic yourself too much, especially not in year 7, 8 and 9. I'm not saying those years aren't important, they are. It's really important that you learn, but if you don't finish your project in year 9 in time because you're struggling, it's not your GCSE, you're not going to get in trouble for that. Just try your best. And with your GCSEs as well, you can only do as much as you can. Simple, you can only do so much, just try your best. So tip number 7 is to keep things to look forward to. Now when you're worrying, it can get a bit distressing or a bit depressing, so if you have something to look forward to that will cheer you up, it's so great. I can't even tell you how good it is to have something nice to look forward to. That exciting feeling is really great. It just makes you feel a little bit happier and more hopeful. So you might be having a bad day at school, really anxious and stuff like that, but you might be doing something so good the next day, something that you really love. Like, who cares? I remember once I was having quite an anxious day, but I was going to see one of my favourite bands the next day perform, and I just thought, you know, I'm anxious, but who cares? I'm going to have the best day tomorrow. So keeping things to look forward to is just really great, and I really recommend that, just to cheer yourself up. So yeah, have things to look forward to, but again, try not to overload yourself with things, because that might be stressful too. It depends on the person, it depends who you are, I guess. Tip number 8 is to give yourself time. So running late to things can often stress you out a lot as well. So I have counselling for my anxiety at school, and my counsellor said to me, when you're running out of time, you get stressed. So what we did, and we often do in our sessions, is she lets me go 5 minutes early. Always try and give yourself enough time so that you don't panic as well. That's the same for being late to school. I always used to get so worried when I was late to school. Unnecessarily, really, because what can happen, really? Put the late mark under your name on the register, and that's about all. But I used to get quite worried about being late to school, so just try and allow yourself more time. Set your alarm so you can get up a bit earlier. I know it's really annoying and not much fun, but just try and allow yourself enough time so you don't worry about things, I'd say. Make sure you allow the time that you need so you can have a calm day. If you need more time to do something, tell people, because they should help you. It's your job to look out for you and help you, so yeah. Okay, so that's all of my tips. My friend Karis messaged me on Facebook to say that she had another tip for anxiety at school, and her tip was, if you're stressed or panicking and you don't like to go to the year office or the teacher's office or whatever, to find your own quiet spot that you can go to so you are calmer. This is a really great tip, because obviously you want to feel calm when you're panicking, and just having that place that makes you feel happy and calm to go to is a really good idea. So if you prefer to go to your teacher's office, by all means do that. But if you prefer to be on your own, try and find a place that you can be on your own. I'm not saying bunk the lesson. What you should maybe do is go to the the teacher's office first and say, I don't feel comfortable sitting here, would it be okay if I could sit on the stairs or outside for a bit? And then hopefully they should say yes. And yeah, so that's good. Just find your own quiet, peaceful place that you can be if you're anxious. If you're anxious at lunchtime, just go off to that place. And if you're anxious in the middle of lesson, you could use your timeout pass and you could leave the class and you could go to your quiet place where you feel less anxious. So yeah, I think that's a really good idea if you don't like going to the year office, if it's a bit crowded or there's people there and you don't like that. Find your own quiet place to be and go there. I think that's a really good idea. Obviously it depends on the person, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, but just try and be and have a calm place you can go to if you're worried at school. You shouldn't have to sit in lessons feeling anxious. I remember in year 9 I used to sit in lessons and I hadn't told anyone about my anxiety, so I used to sit feeling terrible and feeling scared and pain in my stomach and I couldn't do anything about it. And I wish then I had a timeout pass. I wish I could go to the teacher's office. I wish I told the teacher. I wish people knew about it. I wish I told my friends about it so they could help me and reassure me. I just wish I told people. It wasn't nice to sit with my anxiety with no one helping me. So really just tell people and inform people so they can help you is basically the main tip of this video. The main way to get better, I think, for anything is to ask for help, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. It doesn't mean you're weak, it's actually a really, really strong thing to do. And that's why some people probably find it scary to ask for help. It will benefit you so much. So just ask for help, and if a teacher or somebody isn't cooperating or helping you, I'm sure they will do, but just keep drumming into them that you need help. And yeah, they should help you. So yeah, those are all my tips for dealing with anxiety at school. I really, really hope this video helped you. If you have any other tips as well, do leave them in the comments below. And it's just lovely to help other people out. That's why I love making these videos, and I'm glad that other people were pleased that I'm making these videos too. So yeah, those are my tips for staying happy and less anxious at school. But really, tips like the worry diary you can use for any time that you feel anxious. I really hope this video helped. Thank you so much for watching. It's really great to hear your feedback and your tips as well. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.